let's look at the basic concepts of profit and loss. So let's first understand what is meant by cost price. So cost price is the price at which an item is purchased or the cost of production of an item. So basically, suppose you buy item A from somebody, let's say this is you, and then you sell item A to a third party. So the price at which you are buying this item from somebody is known as the cost price. Now suppose you buying item A as well as item B, and then you process these two items. So let's say this is the processing, and then you convert this item into C. So the cost of purchasing A and B and the process through which you are manufacturing C combined is your cost price. Or in other terms, the total cost of production of C is the cost price. Now, after purchasing or after manufacturing, when you sell an item, the price at which you sell that item is known as the selling price. So, selling price, the price at which you sell an item is the selling price. So suppose you bought item A at a certain price and then you sold it at a different price. So the price at which you bought the item is your cost price, while the price at which you sold the item is your selling price. Now with the selling price and cost price combination, there are three possible cases. So let's say the first case is that your selling price is this size, while your cost price is this size. In other terms, your selling price is larger than your cost price, or you bought it for less and sold for more. So in this case, you have made a profit. Now the second case is that your selling price is this size, while your cost price is this size. Or in other terms, your selling price is lesser than your cost price, or you bought it for more and sold for less. So in this case, you have incurred a loss. And the third case is that your selling price is this size, while your cost price is this size. Or in other words, your cost price is same as your selling price, or whatever you bought an item for, you sold the item for the same price. So in this case, you have no profit and no loss. Now, if you know your selling price and your cost price, you can find your profit or loss. So let's take the first case. So here we know the selling price is more than our cost price. So for calculating profit, what you do is profit is equal to, so we always put the larger number first, which is the selling price, and minus the smaller number, which is the cost price. So profit is equal to selling price minus the cost price. So in this formula, basically first you put whatever is the bigger of the two. And same thing for loss. Basically we put the number which is bigger. So in this case, cost price is bigger than our selling price. So loss is equal to cost price minus the smaller number, which is selling price. And in this case, of course, since both are same, you'll have cost price minus selling price, or selling price minus cost price is equal to 0. So this is the formula for calculating loss, and this is the formula for calculating profit. Now sometimes profit and loss are expressed in terms of percentage. So let's understand what is loss or profit percent. So let's say we have been given a profit in terms of percent. Now the profit or loss percent is always expressed in terms of the cost price, or in other terms, the investment that we have made. So the cost price is nothing but our investment. So how much percentage of profit or loss have we made on the investment, which is the cost price. So if we have to find out profit percentage, basically let's first put what is profit. So profit, as we saw earlier, is selling price minus the cost price, because the selling price is bigger than the cost price, and only then we'll be making a profit. Now this, if we have to find out in terms of percent, we have to express profit as a percentage of the cost price or the investment that we have made. So we divide the profit by the cost price and we multiply it by 100. So this will give us the profit percentage. So let's say if somebody says that he has made a profit of 10%. Now what this means is that if his cost price is 100 rupees, then the selling price is equal to 100 plus 10% of 100, which is 110 rupees. So 10% of 100 is 10 rupees, and the selling price then becomes 110. Now similarly, the loss percentage will be equal to, so let's first define what is loss. So loss is cost price minus the selling price, and this should also be expressed in terms of the cost price. So we divide it by the cost price and multiply by 100. So this is the expression for loss percentage. Now if somebody says that he has made a loss of 5%, so what this means is that if the cost price was 100 rupees, then the selling price is 5% less than the cost price. So loss is 5%, so 5% of the cost price, which is 5 rupees, this is the loss, and hence the selling price will be equal to the cost price minus the loss, which will be 100 minus 5, which is 95 rupees.